Hey everybody, my name is Robbie, you're watching Geek Level Asian. It's been a while since I did a video, I think it's been like 2 weeks. Since Power Month is officially over, I figured we'd go over the stuff that I haven't talked about yet, and we'd do the month in a review. How's that sound? So a few months ago, during either it was like a Hasbro Fan Fest or a Hasbro Fan First Friday, the marketing team announced that there was going to be something called Power Month, and Power Month was supposed to be an entire month filled with Power Rangers news, toy releases, I can imagine, and a bunch of other stuff. Before I actually go on, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because it helps other Power Rangers fans, just like you, see this video, and it helps support the channel. I am also doing the Hasbro Power Morpher giveaway. You just gotta go follow me on TikTok, because I'm gonna be selecting the winner from the followers on TikTok. And I'll be announcing that winner at 10,000 subscribers for the YouTube channel. So I guess let's go in order. In the beginning of August, we had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Boom Studio comic crossover with Power Rangers, and they released those figures. I'm not gonna go over the entire video again, but that's what was released in the beginning of August. And for many of us, including myself, as you already may know, I was a little disappointed. Really, I just thought they were going to do something a little bit more special, especially for like the initial launch of Power Month. We didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what to expect. You know, when they announced it, they were like, a whole month of Power Ranger news and releases. So I thought, oh, this is what they were basically, I figured throughout the year, this is what they were saving all of the big announcements for. I thought for sure we were going to get more Dino Fury Zords, because they've been kind of taking a really long time on those. I thought maybe they were going to do more lightning helmets. I thought maybe they were going to do some more, like, you know, actual toy props. You know, we got the Morpher already. We got the pink Power Ranger Morpher. Maybe they were going to do other different series Morphers or things like that. The second announcement that I believe happened in chronological order was a restock of figures that have already come out. Like, I don't know if that's really considered an announcement or a release. I think, like, it's kind of like, if you think about it, stores are restocked all the time. I get it. There are certain people who may not have gotten the figures the original time around, so a restock is cool for people who still wanted to get their hands on those figures. So, okay. So this next one is a continuation of some of the releases that we saw earlier, which are their new versions of the retro Flipheads. We already got, I believe, 4 of those originally, and now they're basically releasing the rest of the line that's MMPR related. But also throw in a wild card there, they're giving us a Ranger Slayer as well. The portrait on this one, and these are obviously not supposed to look as realistic, but this one's a little strange. Doesn't look like literally anything like Amy Jo Johnson. And for all you Tommy fans out there, you're getting 2 Tommies! There's also a Ninjor in there when he's like all transformed. I'm not a really big fan of Ninjor. He kind of annoyed me. To advertise these toys, they did something interesting with the Boom Studios comic. There's a new comic variant cover that came out that shows Lord Draken, and he's got the retro Fliphead, well, the new versions of the retro Fliphead toys. And you see Ranger Slayer in the back. She's got her own. It's funny. And then the next continuation of toys that have already been announced, releasing more of that line, are the Super 7s. Now, I've said this before, I am not a huge fan of Super 7, but I gotta say, the Dragon Zord looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm a Dragon Zord fan pretty much no matter what, but this one, it actually looks different. I saw a Megazord one, and it was not cool. This one is cool. We got a Lord Zed, a Goldar, a Scorpina, and a Black and Pink Ranger, basically I think that finishes out the Super 7, again, Mighty Morphin line. The next one is where things got a little bit more exciting, and I was really stoked to see, because the original versions of these figures I thought were a little lame. But we got Ninjetti Blue and Ninjetti Black. So we got Johnny Young Bosch as Adam, we got David Yost as Billy, the Ninjetti figure. So that was a pretty cool announcement. The question that everyone was asking themselves was, you know, are we gonna get the rest of the Rangers? And I'll get into that in a moment. Overall, I think these figures actually look really good. I like how they come with all 3 heads. So we get the head, just the regular portrait. We get the Ninjetti portrait, well, I don't say portrait, but masked version of the head that we saw in the movie. And then if you know in the show they changed the mask and they made the masks even more like they covered more of the face, and that was really just because they were stunt people, and they needed a way to mask those people's faces. So you're getting all three, which is pretty cool. It seems like we are getting figures from the 90s movie, but see, it's interesting because I don't know how that licensing works, and if Hasbro actually, I'm sure Hasbro bought everything, but I don't know that for a fact. But all of the things that we're getting, at least from the movie, were also things that showed up in the show. So, like, the question becomes, will an Ivan Ooze ever come out? I'm not sure, because he was exclusive to the film. So, that's a good question. Does anyone have any information on that? So now, the reason why I said I was going to get into the other Rangers a little later is because on social media, somebody posted on Twitter more of the figures. So yes, there's going to be, it looks like Kimberly, I don't think it's Cat, there's going to be a Kimberly Ninjetti Pink, and there's going to be a Tommy Ninjetti White. Now in this particular image, it doesn't show the rest of the heads. I haven't seen, and maybe there's more images online by now, by the time that you're seeing this video, but I've only seen the picture of all four of them together. No sign of Rocky yet, no sign of Aisha yet, but I can only imagine that they're gonna come out. Well, I don't want to say that because we still don't even have a Zoe from Beast Morphers. I don't know what's going on with that. So, for any of you who really loved the Ninjetti part of Power Rangers, I think this is a pretty cool release. So now, the most important announcement that came out, or the most important release, in my opinion, was the last and final one, it seems, because nothing else was announced. And that was Finster. We already knew that Ecliptor and Astronema were coming out. They announced that already. We saw that in the Fan First Fridays and everything. And I'm not saying I'm not excited about that. That's actually really cool. And I think that they both actually look really good. I wish that they would give more of the hairstyles for Astronema, because there are a bunch, as you all may know, and I think that would be like a cool accessory. What I really want to focus on is Finster. Why? Because this was totally out of left field. No one knew that Finster was coming out, and he had no right to look as good as he does. The renders of him that they used to make this figure are spot on. They're really, really good. And some of my favorite accessories or details on him in general is he's got, like, in his little belt area, he's got, like, the clay tools that you would use to create monsters, and he's got the little mold for the putties. I thought that that was a really, just a really cool detail. Now, I don't remember in the show, in the Power Rangers show, at least, in Mighty Morphin, him using the little clay putties, like, maybe in the first episode. Is it in the first episode? Because I remember in Super Sentai, in Zyuranger, you see the little clay putties turn into big, normal-sized putties. Was that a part of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, like, show? I just kind of remember putties just kind of showing up out of nowhere. Am I wrong on that? Let me know. If there's anything that I would purchase out of any of the things that I mentioned, like, it's probably gonna be Finster. I really like that toy. I liked the original Finster. I like how the Boom Studios comic kind of elaborated on his story, and we learned a little bit more about who Finster is outside of being, you know, being a henchman for Rita, or being Rita's monster creator. We learned that Finster, like, killed his own wife. Like, there's a lot to Finster that not everybody knows. I like how they made his character, you know, he chases perfection in his art. Like, they really added a depth to Finster, and now that, like, there's a toy, I'm like, okay, that's really cool. So I think it's only fair to mention, like, and I was kind of touching upon this earlier, Power Month didn't really have that many announcements. I feel like there were, I'm not actually doing the math here, but it felt like some earlier months had bigger releases or more releases. I don't want to say maybe quantity, but the quality of the releases. Like, there were just, like, bigger, better things coming out, and I'm just kind of like, well, the cool thing for me, at least, is Finster, and I do like the Ninjetti toys, but guys, that was really it. Power Month was a power letdown. Me and my friends for sure thought that on National Power Rangers Day, which was a few days ago, that there was going to be some huge announcement. How can you not? You know, I can imagine, like, because, you know, marketing teams think about things like these. They have to. It's their job. Power Month was in the same month as National Power Rangers Day, and then they didn't announce anything. And if you actually look at the Instagram, my friend sent me this. If you look at the Instagram for Hasbro Pulse, there's, like, basically no Power Rangers on there for the entire month. So it's like, guys, what happened? It's out of my understanding. Who knows? Maybe there were supposed to be more announcements and things got delayed, which totally happens. And I get that. I understand delays. Delays are fine. Like, but you can announce it. Now, I'd love for you to share your opinions. I know a lot of you already did on the turtle thing. I know a lot of you grabbed those toys. Great. To each their own. If I saw all of the Ninjetti toys in the store, I'd probably get them. I'm not going to pre-order them. And because, like, give you an example. I ordered the Trini and Scorpina 2-pack, and that hasn't come. And I've heard a lot of people's orders for some of the other things, like the Red Sentry and some of the other toys are being canceled. Like, whenever you pre-order, like, it shouldn't be canceled. And that happens quite a bit. I'll obviously leave the Amazon links down in the description because they're already sold out on Hasbro Pulse. And to be honest, sometimes when you just order it from Amazon, you get it faster than you get it from Hasbro Pulse. And I'll probably personally skip the Ecliptor, like, Astronema 2-pack. I don't really need that one. If Astronema came by herself, I'd probably get that, but I'm just not into. I know a lot of you, Ecliptor's like your favorite. He's just not my favorite villain. I don't really need that one. But I would like an Astronema. I think that would be pretty sick. So thanks again, everybody, for checking out this video. If it's your first time visiting my channel and watching these videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You could also follow me on all of the social media networks. I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok pretty much all the time. Hope you all have a great week, and may the power protect you.